Welcome back to today's explainer. I know you're a focused learner and you're looking for clear, actionable insights. No fluff. Well, today we're unpacking some incredibly powerful material. We are looking at the core framework for building $1 million net worth, but doing it the smart way. Okay, let's dive into this.
So what if I told you that building $1 million net worth has absolutely nothing to do with hitting the lottery or getting famous? I know, culturally, we're constantly bombarded with this illusion, right? That massive wealth is strictly reserved for lottery winners, viral celebrities, or folks who just got unbelievably lucky. But as we break down the source material today, we are going to completely shatter that myth. The truth is, many millionaires follow a much different, much more pragmatic path. It's really not about waiting for lightning to strike, it's about a deliberate, structured process of actually building value.
All right, so phase one, the financial foundation. This is the proactive, defensive base that absolutely everyone has to build first. We're gonna start our countdown with steps 7, 6, and 5. You can kind of think of these like a ladder. Each rung you conquer directly unlocks the capital and the ability to reach the very next one. Let's break down what these foundational steps actually look like in the real world. Listen, every single millionaire starts somewhere, and for a lot of them, the first step actually wasn't investing. It was increasing their ability to earn. So that brings us right to step 7, mastering a high-income skill. Whether we're talking about artificial intelligence, software development, or high-ticket sales, mastering just one of these areas creates massive leverage for you. Think about it. The market rewards value, not just the time you clocked in. Simply put, the more value you bring to the table, the more you can potentially earn.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point, step 6, increasing your income. Once you've got that high-income skill, you have to leverage it. Because here's a fundamental truth about math. You can only cut your expenses down to 0. That's a hard limit. You can't clip any more coupons after that. But there is absolutely no ceiling on how much you can grow your income. Wealth grows the fastest when you completely remove that earning ceiling.
So, you're probably wondering, how do you actually smash that ceiling? Well, you don't have to launch a massive global startup today. You could simply negotiate a higher salary right where you currently are, or start a weekend side hustle, or take on some freelance work. Tying this right back to our previous step, you can even learn an entirely new skill that the market is heavily valuing right now.
Which brings us to step 5, save and invest consistently. Honestly, the biggest trap I see, waiting until you feel rich to actually start investing. Successful wealth builders start exactly where they are today. Thanks to the absolute magic of compound interest, time in the market is vastly more powerful than trying to time the market. By investing consistently over many years, they're giving their money the crucial time it needs to grow. Now, of course, it's really important to remember that investments will inevitably rise and fall in value. So long-term investing absolutely requires real patience and doing your own research.
I want to pause for a second and just take in this quote from the text. Those 3 habits build a strong financial foundation. But the next 4 principles are what often separate people who simply earn a good income from those who build lasting wealth. Wow, it's a pretty powerful distinction, isn't it? We're now moving way beyond just the basics.
Welcome to Act 2, the accelerators of lasting wealth. We are officially shifting gears from those foundation basics into advanced wealth creation.
Let's look at the next 3 crucial steps in our pyramid structure. Step 4, Step 3, and Step 2. I want you to frame these in your mind not just as simple actions, but as key accelerators. These are the specific strategies that separate the high earners, the people who make a ton of money but spend it all, from the truly wealthy, who are building real generational financial freedom. All right, Step 4 is all about building multiple income streams. Look, a lot of wealthy people flat out refuse to rely on just one single paycheck. Instead, they build diversified sources of income. This could be a business, rental properties, digital products, or even royalties. The whole goal here is financial armor. If one income stream happens to slow down or even dry up entirely, the others just keep flowing, continuing to support your goals without skipping a single beat. Moving on to Step 3, which is about owning assets, not just expenses. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the clear contrast it draws. Look, we all have to pay rent and buy groceries and, occasionally give in to those highly targeted Instagram ads. But those expenses are consumed. They are gone forever. Assets, on the other hand, things like real estate or intellectual property, they are actively going to work for you while you sleep. They create future value. Consistently owning productive assets is really what builds true long-term wealth. Let's see how this builds directly into our next level. And here is Step 2, start or own a business. Why exactly are so many millionaires business owners? One word:
Leverage. A successful business scales far beyond the 24 hours you personally have in a single day. It generates recurring revenue, it creates jobs, and it grows into a highly saleable asset. Now, obviously, business ownership absolutely involves inherent risk. We can't ignore that. But it also creates massive opportunities that a standard 9-to-5 salary alone simply may not provide.
And finally, we have reached the absolute pinnacle of our pyramid. Step 1. The long-term mindset.
Step 1 is simply to think long-term. Just take a look at this timeline. Year 1, that's really just about learning the skill. By year 3, maybe you're starting to build a business and multiple streams. But it isn't actually until year 10 and beyond that compounding truly takes off like a rocket. The absolute ultimate wealth killer is expecting overnight results. Building significant wealth literally requires years of dedicated learning, saving, investing, and constant improving.
The ultimate secret behind all of these steps? So, the crucial point is understanding the sheer power of consistency. Guys, there are no shortcuts. It's small, smart decisions, repeated daily over time that lead to remarkable results. It is never about chasing quick wins. It is about staying the course when literally everyone else throws in the towel.
Now, before we wrap this up, let's kill a major myth. There is absolutely no magical, guaranteed formula for becoming a millionaire. As you can see, success is a messy, complex mix of having the right skills, recognizing opportunity, staying disciplined, managing your risk, and yeah, honestly, a bit of luck. Sometimes just being in the right place at the right time. So focus your energy entirely on building value, rather than chasing some get-rich-quick shortcut.
Because making millions, it really isn't about one lucky break. It's about building those valuable skills, owning those assets, creating those multiple streams of income, and staying incredibly committed for the long run. So I leave you with this. Which step are you going to start working on today? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you found this deep dive into the mechanics of wealth and business valuable, make sure to subscribe to Billionaire Lens. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.